In a league filled with colorful characters, none was more colorful than the late great Ted Double Duty Radcliffe.
How long do I have to wait for you, honey, before a girl like
Double Duty earned his nickname when the great sports writer Damon Runyon saw Duty catch a Satchel Paige shutout in the first game of a doubleheader, and then Duty took off his catcher's gear and took the mound and threw a shutout in the second game of the doubleheader. And Runyon said he was worth the price of 2 admissions. He was nicknamed Double Duty from that day on, and behind the plate he was masterful. As a matter of fact, he would inscribe on his chest protector, "Thou shalt not steal." Duty was an outstanding catcher. He knew how to handle his pitches, and of course, he gave them heck around the plate. He was always a chatterbox, so he's talking to the opposing hitters. He's doing everything that you could to distract them. Now, he had some moxie and some confidence, but he also had an arm to back it up. And Duty was an outstanding pitcher who threw hard, had a tremendous repertoire of pitches that he leaned on as well. Double Duty is one of those great two-way stars of the Negro League.
ooh, baby, tell me how long do I have to wait for you, honey?
Double Duty Radcliffe just 3 outs away from finishing this one off for the Stars. Hey, ha!
Pretty amazing that Double Duty Radcliffe and Satchel Paige grew up 5 blocks from each other in Mobile, Alabama. Ted said he caught Satchel more than anyone else over their lifetimes.
Swings through it for the K. Strikeout number 8. And now Eli Mason. Hee-haw! One down, base is empty here in the 9th. Strike 2. And Chris, Mobile was home to 5 Hall of Famers: Satchel, Henry Aaron, Ozzie Smith, Willie McCovey, and Billy Williams. Only New York City and Chicago have produced more. So they're down to their final out. Carl Glass will hit next.
Hey!
2-run game with 2 away here in the bottom of the 9th. They're down to their final strike. Struck him out, and that's the ball game. Double Duty slams the door for St. Louis. Lefty Bradley digs in now. Runner going for third. Radcliffe with the throw. Pitch misses in. Tag out. Double Duty shows off that rocket arm and gets the runner.
It's not a coincidence that double-duty Radcliffe played on 3 of the greatest teams in black baseball history in 3 consecutive years. When he was traded to the St. Louis Stars in 1930, it led to his breakout year as a pitcher, as a catcher, as well as a hitter. And then the Homestead Grays of 1931, a team that featured Josh Gibson, Oscar Charleston, and the legendary Smokey Joe Williams, is the team that Double Duty selects as the greatest baseball team of all time. And you know what? Few would argue with that assessment. And finally, with the Pittsburgh Crawfors of 1932. Double Duty was part of some of the most legendary teams in Negro Leagues history.
Ted Radcliffe steps in with a chance to win it for St. Louis.
Inside, ball 1.
Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. On the ground to third, Sutter. And that is the ball game. So with the game on the line for the Stars, here's Ted Radcliffe. Out towards right center field. Newman on the move. Ball game. Ted Radcliffe steps in with a chance to win it for St. Louis. Swings and sends a rocket to right. That's the ball game. Big spot here, bottom of the 9th, down to their final out. Double duty Radcliffe digs in now.
Ball, that's too high.
2 outs, tying and winning runs on base here in the last half of inning number 9. Radcliffe lifts this one high and deep. It might go. In there. That'll do it. In comes the winning run, and the Stars walk it off thanks to the heroics of double duty Radcliffe. Runner at third with nobody out, and here comes double duty Radcliffe to the dish. And that one fouled off.
We mainly think of double duty Radcliffe as a pitcher and catcher, but he could play all over the field. He logged games at every single position during his 18 seasons.
Ripped, but it curls foul. You mentioned Radcliffe's versatility, Siggy. He actually grew up dreaming of being an outfielder. Brooklyn Dodgers Hall of Famer Zach Leaf was his favorite player as a kid. Just misses there.
And double duty got to play in Brooklyn himself in 1935 when he played both ways for the Brooklyn Eagles.
Center field. Brings it in. Runner tagging from third. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead. Back here at Forbes Field, ready to go, bottom 4. Double duty Radcliffe digs in now. Ball. And the 1-0. Up the middle, Perry. And one gone in the 4th as they get the leadoff man. Back now at Forbes Field, set for the last half of the 7th. Ted Radcliffe getting ready to hit. In the air to left center. Dixon moving under it. And there's one away. Here in the bottom of the ninth, one out. Ted Radcliffe will hit next. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. First cuts for Ted Radcliffe now, and he's got a chance to put the Grays ahead early. Ripped to first, caught. High fly ball, right field. Smith ranging back, takes it in for the out. So 2 down, and now the catcher comes up to hit. Ted Radcliffe. This one in the air, center field. McDonald on his way over. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch.
Ball.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Man on second, 2 down. That one fouled off. Out to runner at third, nobody out. Double duty. Radcliffe digs in now. This one in the air, center field. He's got it. Runner tags for home. And they'll score first. It's 1-0.
Ball.
Newman, the base runner at first with 1 out. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only 1 away. Here's the catcher, Ted Radcliffe. Line drive. Grabs it on the run. 1 away. Two down, nobody on. To third, a sliding stop to first, and very nicely done for the out. Now it's going to be Ted Radcliffe. Hard liner. Pulls it in. Runner at third with nobody out, and here comes double duty Radcliffe to the dish. The 0-1.
Strike 2. Ball.
Line drive, that's a base hit. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0. No outs, runner at first. Down the number 2 hitter, Ted Radcliffe. In the air, right field, Smith on the move. He's got it, and there's 1 down.
Ball.
In the air to left center. Dixon on the move to the gap. And a quick out, number 1. Next to hit, Ted Radcliffe. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Dixon under this one. And makes the grab. Runner tags from third. He's in on the sacrifice fly. It's 7-3. Back here at Forbes Field. Bottom of the 8th. Ted Radcliffe now at the plate. Hard ground ball, base knock. The throw into second, and he's out easily. First cuts for Ted Radcliffe now, and he's got a chance to put the Grays ahead early. Late swing, fouled off. And the 0-1.
We mainly think of double-duty Radcliffe as a pitcher and catcher, but he could play all over the field. He logged games at every single position during his 18 seasons.
Line drive to short. Runner in scoring position, no outs. Double-duty Radcliffe digs in now. Swing and a ground ball.
Good shit, Cam.
Run scores, but a terrific play to get the out.
No, you good, Cam. Pick your home. Yeah,
That's
a ball.
This one in the air right field, and it gets into the seats. Up the middle. Oh, nice play. Throws from the seat of his pants, and they get the out. Well, we go bottom 6. Here's the catcher, Ted Radcliffe.
You know, this group of hitters definitely being aggressive at the plate, but I think it's fair to wonder if they're being a little over-aggressive. One thing that stands out looking over the numbers is the amount of outs they have on the first pitch of the at-bat. They've given away too many at-bats with easy outs.
And now, Ted Radcliffe. Lined into right. And there's 2 down. Runner at third with nobody out, and here comes double-duty Radcliffe to the dish.
No, that's out.
Newman, the lone runner, stands at third with nobody out. That one lifted to left. Brings it in. Here comes the runner from third. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead. Double-duty Radcliffe digs in now. The 1-0. That's ripped, and this one could be extra bases. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. Throw cut off to second, but he's in there easily. Go ahead run on base. Ted Radcliffe, the next to hit. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
To give you an indication of just how much Double Duty and his comrades in the Negro Leagues love the game. Because we talk about this all the time. They play for the love of the game. And they absolutely love the game. Number one, they had to love it in order to endure the things that they had to endure. But when you talk to them, they wanted you to know about the joy that they had playing this game. And so one of my favorite quotes from Ted Double Duty Radcliffe is highlighted in the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, and it essentially says that every 4th of July, we would play 4 games, he would catch 2 and pitch 2 and sleep 35 minutes in between games. Yeah, you got to love it.
I got it. Baby, your love brought it.
Bit of a tight spot for Ted Radcliffe here in the 5th. Runners at first and second and nobody out.
Well, these players doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. They have yet to strike out, and they're averaging more than a hit per inning. That's a great recipe for success right there.
Next offering is fouled back. Swings and misses, struck him out. Now the left fielder, Pete Smith.
Hey!
2 on, 1 out.
I played on 4 teams over 6 seasons, but Double Duty Radcliffe has me beat by a mile. His Negro Leagues Baseball Museum plaque lists him as having played for 18 different teams.
Sam Hughes will hit next. Those 18 teams Double Duty played for, that's 4 more than the MLB record held by Rich Hill and Edwin Jackson. Double Duty said he'd just go wherever the money was. He's there. He's got it. That is the inning. Well, we go bottom 6. Here's the third baseman, Tom Hayes.
Hey!
The 0-1. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7. Now it's going to be Sandy Murray. Swing and a foul out of play. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. 2 down, base is empty. Now here is Eli Mason. That one fouled off. Next offering is fouled back. Two down, nobody on. Got him! And how about that? It's an immaculate inning. So here we go, 9th inning, and Ted Radcliffe just 3 outs from slamming the door.
Hee-haw!
Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth. Booker at the plate now, and that's strike one. One down, base is empty here in the ninth. Stays alive. Out towards right center field. Smith under it. And there's two away. So they're down to their final out. Joe Dukes getting ready to hit.
Hey, ha!
Two down, nobody on. Here at the top of the ninth. Ball game. Double duty Radcliffe with a masterpiece. A perfect game. What a performance.
It's still in San Diego as they sleep in San Antonio.
In 1950, at the age of 48, Double Duty ended his Negro Leagues career as a player-manager for the
All right, stream. I'll see y'all at the next one. I'll see y'all in a minute. Late.
Go on to scout for the team we now know
All right,
as the
stream. I'll see y'all
Cleveland
in the next one. I'll
Guardians.
see y'all in a minute.
But he
Late.
also formed a close relationship with the Chicago White Sox. It wasn't uncommon to walk into the ballpark and there was Ted Double Duty Radcliffe, meeting and greeting fans, talking smack. He never stopped. Maybe that's why he lived to be 103. And his grave marker includes illustrations of both a pitcher and a catcher with a baseball in between. Very fitting for Double Duty. And as the Negro League Baseball Museum's late chairman Buck O'Neill would say, Double Duty was a great catcher who threw hard, was an outstanding pitcher, and he was a wonderful contributor to this game. And if Buck O'Neill says you should be in the Hall of Fame, that's all that matters to me. I fully concur that Ted Double Duty Radcliffe should be in the National Baseball Hall of Fame, and I hope it happens sometime soon.